Burn Nation, welcome back to the Burn Boot Camp podcast. My name is Jennifer Paynter. This is Luke Smith. We are the fitness specialists and trainers at Burn Boot Camp, and we are hopping back with our protein series. And today we're going to cover eating protein in relation to working out. So I know that is a question we get a ton, and there's a lot of stuff in social media posted about this that we're going to address today. So one of the biggest questions we get in focus meetings, or I still get in focus meetings, is what happens? How bad is it if you skip breakfast?
So if you're skipping breakfast, and as we know, our morning camps predominantly at every single gym are really, really, really busy. Mm-hmm. So if I'm skipping breakfast, that means I'm skipping out on fuel for my workout. Mm-hmm. So not only are you not getting protein, you're probably coming into workout with only coffee on your system, because I know we all have to have that morning cup. I've had 2 today already. But if we're missing on those calories, now I'm missing out on energy for performance when I get into the gym. So I don't think missing breakfast is an end-all be-all, and I wouldn't recommend it. In my gym, we had a 4:30 a.m. camp. Those 4:30, 5:30 campers, guys, I don't know that you should be eating a big breakfast in the morning, just so because I know you're probably not going to be willing to get up at 3. So I don't think it's end-all be-all, but I do think if you're kind of hitting that 6:30, then those mid-morning camps, coming in with something on your stomach because you guys have been awake, your food's digested, you're empty. Think about, how am I performing when I'm in camp? I know a lot of people say, well, I just feel normal. This is what I've always done. But is there an other alternative that could help us feel better?
Mm-hmm. And say my camp time when I was a member was 9:30. That was every day of the week. And I definitely know if I ate a certain window before I work out, I felt a lot better, especially on strength days and even conditioning days, because you can get really lightheaded on a leg day. You can get really lightheaded on a conditioning day. And that's maybe your body telling you that you need a little bit more fuel going into that workout. So for someone who may not know what that window is going to look like, what would you recommend the best plan of attack from getting something in your stomach before a workout?
Yeah, so I really think it depends on, and yeah, this is going to throw another variable and wrench in there, but it really depends on what's your eating window before you go. So, if you guys are coming in, on a whim, and you guys are waking up 15, 20, 30 minutes before camp starts, your options are going to be a lot more limited than someone that's getting up that has time to prepare. So if you're coming in, 30 minutes before camp starts, maybe it really is just a Greek yogurt. If your body can handle a little bit of dairy, you throw Greek yogurt. There's 15 grams with a banana. So now you have your carb source that's going to help get you through the workout. That's a great alternative. I wouldn't eat more protein before your workout than what you normally would. I think one thing we talked about last episode is really just keeping it consistent. So if you're breaking it down, 150 grams across your meals, just do what's normal. Just make sure you make it consistent. You do it every day. If it's liquid or things that are already broken down, a lot of people do shakes. I do a lot of shakes before my workouts. If I eat about an hour before, do a shake. I do a lot of cream of rice, so a shake and cream of rice prior to going to the gym really digests well with me. Rice cakes is a really good one, especially if you have maybe an hour. That's going to give you a lot of volume of food for not a lot of calories and give you some energy, which I think is the most important thing going into, especially a leg day, because I know I get lightheaded on those too.
And it's normal to get lightheaded on a leg day. Those are big muscle groups. So we do say at Burn Boot Camp a lot in our cool downs that to get about 20 to 30 grams of protein within 20 to 30 minutes after your workout. So we say that. Now, a lot of people take that as Bible, okay? And there is a myth around there that pretty much if you don't get it within 20, 30 minutes of your workout, that window shuts and your body just now is not going to get what it needs. And I know that's not true, but break it down why that. We say that as a tool to help remind people to get them, because a lot of times we are just building habits in the gym. We just need habits. But why? If they miss that window, what happens?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing there is we are trying to build better habits, and a lot of our members, and I know ourselves included, we're moving fast. And sometimes we really just need to slow down. And if I know that I can walk to my car, I just walked out of the doors of Burn Boot Camp. In my car, I know is my shaker bottle there with my scoop of Afterburn and my protein. My habit's now going to be instantly better. I know that every day when I leave camp that I have my protein. Now that's part of who I am. Now I don't have to think about when I get home. I personally don't have kids. Paynter has dog babies, but if she gets home and she's got to take care of her dogs, now that's one more distraction or one thing keeping her away from making an impact and pouring into herself. And I think that's a really big takeaway, is if I have her prepared, that's one less thing I have to worry about. I do think that window, guys, that used to be something we talked about all the time. That was something influencers talked about. Got to get the protein in within 30 minutes. And again, that's more of just a habitual thing, I think, for our members. But really, there's been so much research done that anabolic window, so our period of where our muscles just are craving proteins and carbs, has really been extended to show that you can intake between 2 and 4 to 5 hours. Now, the benefit of that does gradually get smaller as you get closer to the tail end, as anything would. So it's not going to be as optimal, but really that window is a lot larger than that 20 to 30 minutes that sometimes we've said before that you guys have heard on the internet. 2, 3, 4, really 2 to 4 hours is probably where you want to be. But if you guys listen to the last episode, we got to think, how are we consuming throughout the day? So I know if I'm working out, maybe I don't eat breakfast. I come in at 9:30 and then I wait 4 hours to work out. Now it camps over at 10:30. Now it's 2:30. Now I really only have 2 more times to eat the rest of the day. So this is where a lot of that under eating comes in. So yeah, there's a window, but if I can push my meal closer to my workout time, I'm going to be hungry again later, and I'm not missing opportunity to really pour into myself.
So circling back, we just want to make it easy. So if I am making a shake and I take it to throw it in my gym bag the night before, I get after camp, fill it up with the water fountain, shake it up, drink it on my way home. That's one box checked. That's one source of good, clean protein that I can get that I can just move on with my day. Okay, so when I get to my lunch, I can still have that. If I miss all the things, at least I know there's one box I checked today, and it's easy. Second of all, if I miss it within that 20, 30 minutes, it's more the totality of the day. So maybe it's what you have a shake, you didn't get in, you have a shake before bed. That is okay. Some people get up in the middle of the night because they feel like hunger pains wake them up, or they wake up super ravenous. Maybe adding a protein shake before you go to bed will help with that sleep and waking up if you're on the go and not feeling so hungry, or digesting it because you hit the 4:45 a.m. camp. So there's a lot of flexibility in what that looks like for you. So don't feel like you have to fit into a certain routine that people say to make it work. At the end of the day, you have a certain amount you want to get in, and how you get it in. Getting it in is the most important part. Now, last one, what is the best time to eat protein in order to see your results? That's another question we get a lot.
Yeah, so I think really it just kind of goes back to everything we just covered in this last question, but just be consistent over time, every single day. So if I'm eating 150 grams, break that down by meal. And one thing that I used to focus on so much with my members is really locking in food as fuel to perform and then recover better. So I still want to get that pre-workout meal in, and this is what I really pushed on, is if I can master and conquer my pre-workout and post-workout meal, you are going to see results. Now I've eliminated 2 meals over the course of the day that are going to help me perform and recover. But now I don't really have as much time to eat bad, because I know a lot of times we're probably not eating 3 to 4 meals a day. But if I can count on those 2, that gives me a little bit more flexibility to eat maybe something a little more free with my family. I know a lot of you guys, we're not going to go super strict and we're going to cook different meals than what our spouse is eating or what our kids are eating. But if I can dial in those 2 meals, now I have a little bit more flexibility in the evening to maybe sit down with my family and actually enjoy what I'm eating and really spend that quality time with the people that you love and care about.
So guys, what we want you to take away with this is we want you to feel good during your workouts. You should feel good. Are there days that you're a little bit more tired than others? Yes, but there should be all other days that you feel like you're crushing it. You should be able to lift heavier weights. The conditioning days are supposed to suck, but you're supposed to feel like you can accomplish them. If they're not, we want you to take some of these habits of getting those protein in, 45 minutes, 30 minutes before, and definitely after, as just habits, suggestions to start checking those boxes so that you feel stronger in the gym.
Yeah, one thing I know, we'll close it out here in a second, but one thing is really to just take a moment before and after every workout, and this is a small thing, think about how you felt going into the workout. How did your food digest? And I think we live in such a fast-paced society that we don't really have time to think about how we actually feel. How is our food digesting? How am I recovering? And if you guys can take that extra 30 to 60 seconds every day, you guys will come to a big realization that you do perform better when you're fueling your body the right way. I know that I'm not saying don't have your cheat meals on the weekends, don't enjoy your wine, but really see how good you can feel and execute a Burn Boot Camp workout when you are self-reflecting on what you're putting into your body just on a daily basis.
Don't keep doing the same things, guys, and expect different results, right? That's the definition of insanity. So be willing to try new things, be willing to keep trying new things, and then keeping track of how you feel, okay? Because that's the most important, all right? Next episode, we are going to attack intermittent fasting, which I know is a huge subject for a lot of people, so tune in for that one. Again, email with any questions at podcast@burnbootcamp.com. But that's enough for us today. 2 claps on 2. 1, 2.